The period of 10 years guaranteed multiple entry visa to Canada is over, and this is now being replaced with shorter and stricter visa terms. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Edwina. In today's video, we are going to discuss why Canada took this decision in the first place, how it is going to affect travelers, the people who are likely to be most affected by this change, and also some questions that have come up as a result of this changes. Kindly do all to subscribe to this channel if you have not done that yet. Canada has been an amazing destination for visitors for so many reasons, and one reason that even made it more simpler was its guaranteed 10-year multiple entry tourist or visitors visa it used to give. It makes it more simple because you do not need to apply for visa anytime you are entering Canada, provided you do not stay beyond the 6 months period that a visitor's visa allows you to stay. And this 10 years multiple entry visas are really beneficial to families who are living apart, because it helps families to reconnect on shorter intervals. It is also very beneficial for businessmen who travel a lot and do not need to apply for a visa anytime they are traveling. It is also very beneficial for people who travel for conferences and business meetings. Also make it easier for tourists who come to Canada to come again another time without having to go through the visa application process all over again. Notwithstanding, Canada has made major immigration changes in this year 2024, and the very recent one is that the automatic issuance of the 10 years multiple entry tourist or visitors visa to Canada is no longer going to be the standard. Immigration officers have now been tasked to evaluate each application individually and see the time and the number of entries that is most suitable for each application. However, single entry and shorter visa validity is going to be more common moving forward. Why is Canada making these changes in the first place? If we have been following immigration news in Canada recently, we all know that Canada is working on reducing its temporary residents. This is part of a whole comprehensive plan that is being taken by the government of Canada and the Immigration Office to reduce the numbers of temporary residents in Canada. One reason that contributes to this is the overwhelming immigration process. In recent years, Canada has seen a surge in its study visa application, work permit application, and also its visitor visa application, and it has put a whole lot of pressure on the Canada Immigration Office, and Canada wants to direct its resources to higher priority categories when it comes to immigration. Doing this in order to direct resources to higher priority immigration categories such as international students and skilled workers. Okay, so this is one reason why Canada has put this measure in place. The second reason why Canada is taking this stand is that so many people have abused or misused this 10 years guaranteed multiple entry visa. In as much as many people are very responsible and always stay within the confines of their visa, a lot more other people also try to find loopholes and take advantage of what the visa offers. So you see travelers who travel briefly to their home countries to reset the 6 months validity period that they have to stay, and this creates somewhat of a semi-permanent residency. I mean, these people come to Canada, stay for 6 months, go back to their home countries for like 2 weeks, and come back again and stay for 6 months, and go back for a couple of weeks and come back and stay for 6 months. So it's like somewhat more resident here than they are even in their home countries. But some people, whilst on tourist or visitors visa, also work informally and they disregard the rules with regards to their visa they hold. That is another reason why Canada is putting all these measures in place. Thirdly, is for its national priorities. In recent times, we are aware that Canada is facing issues with housing crisis, issues with a higher burden on its health and transportation, and all that. And all this is as a result of the surge in immigration recently. So all this is part of a comprehensive process to reduce the numbers. How does this affect travelers? So first off, there is no more a 10-year automatic multiple entry term. The term for visas and the number of entries will be issued on a case-by-case basis. So it is no more automatic that once you apply for a visitor's visa and you get approved, you are going to get a 10-year multiple entry visa. It will be issued on a case-by-case basis, and most applicants should expect a shorter term with regards to multiple entry or a single entry. That is going to be more common now. Applicants that get tourist visa approvals should expect a shorter term if they get a multiple entry or a single entry. And actually, this has already started, because I know of someone who told me that she had a single entry to Canada and the duration was just 2 weeks. I was surprised because this news has not even come out yet. So this actually comes to confirm that what the person told me was the truth. I was surprised because I knew of the 10-year term. So when the person mentioned that she got 2 weeks, and it was a single entry, I was actually surprised. Yes, so this thing has actually started. People who intend to travel to Canada should also expect that the application process is going to be more rigorous and stricter than before, because the immigration officers are going to do all they can to make sure that people who are coming in are actually coming in with a mindset to visit and not to take advantage of the system. Have that at the back of your mind when you are putting in a visitor visa or a tourist visa application to Canada. Make sure that you leave no stone unturned. Make sure that your documents are comprehensive enough. You have strong home ties. Your finances are on point. And make sure that if you have travel history, you have a history where you always abide by the rules of the visa on which you travel. That is what will help you to get an approval. What groups are likely to be more affected with these changes? So the first group that is likely to be affected are frequent travelers, people who travel a lot, because the 10-year multiple entry visa made it very simple for frequent travelers to come in and out as and when they needed to. I mean, businessmen who come to Canada to make business do not need to apply for visa every time they are coming into Canada, but that is going to be a thing of a past. There is going to be a need for people to apply for visas more than they would have in the past. The second group of people who are likely to be affected are people who have very close family in Canada and visits them a lot. I mean, we have people who are so much here, like the Indians, the Philippines, and the Asians, who are so dominated here. They have families visiting them a lot. So these people are also going to have to apply for more visas than they would before. Professionals attending business meetings or conferences in Canada would also have to be applying for visa a lot more often than they would before. And all this also boils down to the cost, because I mean, you would have to pay for every application that you do. Travelers from high volume countries like India, the Philippines, and Asia should also expect a longer wait time with visa applications. Since it's going to be a more rigorous process now, they should expect to have a longer wait time with visa application. And this is also going to affect low income applicants, because it means that whenever you want to come into, if you are given a single entry, the next time you want to come, you would have to apply and pay for the application process again. Whereas before, once you get the 10 years, I mean, for a whole 10 years, you do not have to pay for the application again. So these are the group of people that this change is more likely to affect. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This development is also likely to have an effect on Canada. I mean, it's likely to have a ripple effect on Canada itself with regards to tourism. Canada's tourism industry is likely to see an effect with this new policy. Tourists will go and come back again because they do not have to they do not have to go through the visa application process all over again. And now it's not going to be easy for them to come again if they have to apply for a visa every time they have to come. So the tourism industry in Canada is likely to be affected with this new policy. Main industries like the hotels, the restaurants, and transportation is likely to have, this new policy is likely to have an effect on this industry, because we know how much international tourists contributes to the tourism industry. With all these new reforms, if you are still thinking of traveling to Canada on a visitor on a tourist visa, what should you do? The first thing you should do is that you should apply well before time, because it's going to be a more rigorous process now. It's likely to take longer than usual. So make sure that you give yourself a longer period of time ahead of you, well ahead of time. Don't wait till the program that brings you to Canada is just a couple of months before you put in your application. Put in your application way ahead of time, so that you have time. If they require for any additional documents or anything, you have the time to do all of that. The second thing that tourists can also do is to explore the visitor visa extension. So if you are within Canada and probably you are running out of time, what you can try is to explore to extend your visitor's visa within Canada and not have to go and come back again. I mean, if you have reason enough to stay, then you can explore the extension from within Canada. The next thing we can do to make the entire visa application process less cumbersome for tourists is to seek the expert guidance of immigration consultants or lawyers. This is their work and they know their way around it. So if you have a very serious reason why you have to come to Canada, I would advise that you seek their guidance, because it will make the process a bit more straightforward and simple for you. The other thing that can go to your advantage moving forward is when you have a strong travel record in which you have demonstrated compliance to all the rules of your travel visas. Okay, that is also likely to work in your favor when you're applying for Canada Visitors Visa. Someone may ask, what if I already have a 10-year tourist visa to Canada? Does this new rule affect me in any way? No, if you already have your visa, which has a 10-year validity, multiple entry, this rule does not change it. With all that said, let us keep in mind that these changes has been put in place to protect the integrity and sustainability of Canada's immigration system. Thank you for staying with me through to this time. Kindly do well to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you will get a notification. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.